Legacy over lifestyle, education over entertainment, and creation over consumption. That is our focus.
Like that Black King said, yes. Legacy over lifestyle, creating over consuming. So creating more and sharing more, because guess what? The creators or the people that don't want us to spread the good news on this app, I'm not going to follow them. I'm going to follow the creator, the ultimate creator, okay? Anyhow, so it is 12:15 a.m. My hand, unfortunately, is giving me issues. I'm trying to create, but, of course, something always, a thorn in the flesh always comes to bother you. Anyway, I just applied for a fellowship, right? Through the Hillman grad program created by Lena Waithe. So the application was due last night, which is 16 minutes ago. And I was able to hand it in at 11:58. The application was due at 11:59 p.m. EST. I handed it in at 11:58 p.m. PST. Now, there was some hurdles. Like I said, with these testimonies, I share my testimonies all the time, but with every testimony comes a test. And just because I'm sharing testimonies, please trust and believe it doesn't mean that I am anywhere where I want to be. Definitely thankful for all that I have. Absolutely. I have so much gratitude. And that's part of why I'm sharing these stories, because I'm grateful. Though I don't have a W-2 employment, and I have not for the past year and change, I still am, I'm self-employed, and I'm very thankful for that opportunity. And I'm self-employed in production, in a field that I like, where I can create, that doing things that I want to do, doing things that I know that God has called me to do. And I'm very fortunate for that. Am I making enough to not feel like I'm underwater? No. But, will I one day? Yes. Am I looking for a job? Yes. So all of these things are happening. And so am I going to apply for fellowships that, require more out of me than I have ever done? Absolutely. I didn't, unfortunately. Now, this was on me, but I didn't look at the requirements of the application, because I applied to this I tried to apply twice before. I did end up applying once before, did not get in that program. I believe it was last year. And so this year I'm applying again, and I did not realize that you needed you needed some different requirements than you did last year. So it took a lot out of me. I did have to submit a TV pilot that I didn't just have in the repertoire, one that I wanted to submit. So I did have to do that within 48 hours, and by the grace of God, I was able to do that, like I said, by a minute before the deadline. Another thing that just came up today, right? Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles, who won the Super Bowl. But something that I was just like, I'm just going to share it, because it's just so, to me, it's not anything. I'm not going to judge it anyway, right? So I have had this chain, right? When I tell you I've had this chain for years, people that know me probably have seen this on me before. I've had this chain for a very long time. I think I actually got it from a thrift shop, but it never it's a little bit tarnished, but how gold jewelry, I have other, artificial gold jewelry that has really, really tarnished. And this, has tarnished a little bit, but it could be way more silver than this. But anyhow, I got this from I believe I got this from a thrift store. I can't even really remember pinpoint where I got this from, but I got this a long time ago. And of course, you can see it now that it is an eagle, right? Which is just so wild, because when I put it on today, right? I usually don't wear it. I have an anchor actually that I wear, but my train broke, and I just so happened to put this on today, right? So I'm wearing this all day. Mind you, I served 4 services at Change Church today. The first time actually I served that many services one day. That's another story behind why I did it, but anyhow, and I was wearing this all day, and then tonight as I'm, of course, not of course, but I was watching the Super Bowl. So I did take time to spend time with my friend Nicole because we haven't seen each other in so long. But I wanted to take that time because we haven't seen each other all year. And we usually see each other, at least once a month. So it's been too long. So I said, let me take a break from writing, from, after church. And after working so long, I knew I needed to decompress after, working at the church in production. I knew I needed to decompress. Anyway, we're watching the game, and as she's leaving, she's like, oh, I see you were going for the Eagles. And I'm like, huh? And she points to my chain. I took my chain off already because I forgot why. I was just kind of winding down. And I just, as I, said my prayer for tonight, I was just like, thank you, God, for, giving this to me. And this was before I even knew that the Eagles were going to win. Now, granted, I watched the game until halftime, watched the halftime show, and then I came upstairs to do the rest of my application. And then, as I was, of course the Eagles were up. So I was just like, as they were winning, I was just like, wow, granted, I wanted to go for the East Coast team. And plus I'm from New York. That's the closest thing to, to a winning team, at least this year. Right. So, I was kind of fake going for the Eagles anyway, but not really like that. And I didn't realize that I had on a Eagles chain all day. And then, of course, I just found out, or while I was writing, I saw an Apple News notification come up that the Eagles won. So I feel like God just showed me listen, you are going to win. He just shows you little things. And I think that let's look out for little things, right? I'm expecting good news, right? Even though bad news is going to come. The Bible even says that, right? That, in this lifetime, you'll face trials and tribulations, but good news is going to come. So I'm just expecting good news, right? And that I've seen that before. I've seen people talk about expecting good news, and that's what I'm going to expect. So I just expect, you know what I mean? I promise you, I did not think about wearing an eagle all day, and nobody said anything to me all day until tonight. You know what I mean? Of course, as I'm watching the Super Bowl. So anyway, I don't know if I'm going to get that fellowship. I'm praying that I do. But, either way, I believe that God says that I win, right? And then just so happens that I saw this little, I'm guessing when the Super Bowl, right, was in, what is this, 50, this might be 53. But sorry, y'all, I really don't know. Y'all can fact check me. And then I saw this little, my MARTA card from when the Super Bowl came to Atlanta. So, I just saw this, just happened to see this on my desk. It's, I'm not looking to need this right now, but this just happened to be on my desk. But this is where my office space is, and I have my American Fiction poster. Man, I don't know when I'm gonna make a video about the stories of the miracles that God has shown me over the years. That is leading me in this film and TV path. But it's been a lot. So all that to say, keep going. I love this whole creating over just consuming, right? Sometimes we can consume, but, we're here to create. These apps were made for us. Well, they weren't made for us, by us, but, we're going to use it to inspire others to, move forward the culture, move forward our people, right? So be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. And in Joshua 1:6, man, you will lead these people to inherit the land I swore to their forefathers to give them, right? So, man, do what you got to do to lead the people to inherit the land that God swore to your forefathers to give them. All right, y'all. So I'm finished for today, man. Love y'all.